I don't really see like, but she couldn't say that. I haven't either. I've never known to talk to the commissioners.
I was kind of the easy for possible. We're good.
Yeah, I remember.
What be next month?
Thank you.
I don't think Brian and I are the only two, I'm pretty sure, you're talking about elected officials.
Steve Rest is here.
Steve, I think Brian, Steve and I are the only ones here.
Yeah.
Well, he's on here. I don't see anybody yet.
Yeah, I don't see any yet.
Yeah.
Right, room.
Welcome to our Wednesday, January 28th Commissioners Meeting. If you'll join me in the pledge and a short prayer.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we ask for your guidance this evening while we conduct the business of the county. We ask for your care during this weather and safe travels for all. In your name we pray. Amen. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the minutes of the previous meeting? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the claims? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the payroll? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Since I don't know Cambria, do you happen to be here? There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening.
Evening.
House. I'm just here to go over the service officer accreditation standards for John. Some of those have changed, so I just want to inform you guys what the new ones are and everything like that. I'll just go over the paper, so if you guys want to follow along. So these standards pretty much set a clear and required rules for accrediting service officers in the state of Indiana that help veterans file for their disability and other benefits. This applies to all the county and city employees. The Like I said, they help the veterans file for state and federal benefits. Everyone that sits in that role have to be fully accredited and meet standards according to the IDVA standards. And if they don't, they can't sit in the seat. Chapter 2 just goes over some definitions. I'll let you guys look over those. The main one I want to focus on, though, is the commission, meaning the Indiana Veterans Affairs Commission. Office hours, the service officers must be paid by the city or the county, and they have to have their office hours posted on the door. They have to work at least 1,000 hours per year, which is approximately 19 hours a week. So as long as John's working those hours, he'll meet the standards. Right now, he's in full compliance with those standards. Along with having the office hours posted on the door, it's got to be posted on the county's website and the state's website. And John's fully meeting those state standards also. The CVSO must have a dedicated private space to discuss personal information with the veterans. They're discussing bank account information, health information, items like that. At this time, John's fully meeting those state standards. The technology, the veteran service officer has to have a reliable computer, internet, fax machine, phone, a smart card reader that allows them to get into the VBMS portal. Right now, John's fully in compliance with that. If he's not in compliance with anything, I'll let you know, and you guys can ask questions at any time. The service officers must utilize the claims management system that the VA has and the state has. Right now, we use VetraSpec for the state and VBMS for the federal. That allows John to file claims, do intake forms, items like that. Right now, John's fully in compliance with those state standards. The personal identity verification card, that's a PIV card that allows John to get into the VA's portal and look up veterans' claims and their files, items like that. It's got to be maintained securely. And he must follow all the VA rules. Right now, John's fully in compliance of that. The technology, he's got to use the proper technology. So the computer, fax machines, the claims management system to help veterans file their claims. He's fully in state standards. Training, testing requirements. Each year, we have a quarterly training with the district in April. Then we have the annual training that's now a 3 to 4 day training in the summer. And then we also have one that's in the fall. He has to attend all those trainings to be in full compliance. If he misses for a good reason, then he can make up the district training in a different district. And we have 6 districts in Indiana right now. John goes to all the trainings, does everything he's supposed to. So he's fully in compliance with the state standards there. The online training, that's the mandatory online training modules that the state puts on and the VA. He has to make sure that he has all those completed, which he's done that. He's in full compliance there. The VA has their own online training. It's called the TRIP training. When a service officer gets hired, that's the training that they go through to become accredited. John's been here for a while, so he's already completed that, passed all the required tests. So he's in full compliance with that. If for whatever reason, John decides to leave and you guys have to hire a new CVSO, they have 30 days to complete the orientation, and then they also have 90 days to complete all the training. Standards of performance. All activities tracked by the claims management system, and the IDVA can request those reports at any time to make sure that the county veteran service officer is in compliance. John's fully meeting those state standards right now. He's in compliance. Key performance indicators. The performance is measured by his PIV card use, training attendance and passing the test, and properly using the claims management system. John's fully in compliance there. He's not having any issues with that. Non-compliance. If the CVSO has an issue with any of the compliance standards, the IDVA will send a letter to the county commissioners letting them know what the issue is. And the CVSO will have 30 days to come up with a fixed plan and 60 days total to correct it. If it's not corrected, then it'll go to a commission hearing for possible revocation of the accreditation. If it does go to a hearing, they'll send a letter with the date, the time, and the rights of the service officer. That way the service officer can present evidence or arguments on their behalf. Once the decision's made by the commission, it's final. And then if accreditation is revoked, the officer immediately loses all rights to the claims management system and the VA portal. So they won't be able to do their job. They can still sit here in the position that you guys pay them for. They just won't be able to help veterans out at all. So John's in full compliance. He's not having any issues. So he's good to go. There's no issues with his compliance. Do you guys have any questions for me? I know I went through that all pretty fast, but there's just some things that changed with the Senate Bill 433 that we have to address the county commissioners twice a year now. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can reach out to me. And I'm here to help John any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see anybody from EDC. Chamber. Josh. Oh, you want me to do those two?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We have monthly report for weights and measures. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve weights and measures report. Do I have, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. I also have one from the IT Innovative Technical Solutions for December of 2025. Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor or say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Health Department, I don't see. Fine. Mr. Shore.
I just wanted to go through the annual bids. All of them's been reviewed. Gave each one of you a sheet there, but I'll just run down through them real quick. Item 1, 2, 3, and 4, Falmouth Farm Supply and Keystone bid all 4 of those. Falmouth Farm Supply was a little bidder. So I'd like to accept those as, our supplier for this year. Item number 5, asphalt, the pavement materials and miscellaneous, Milestone, E&B Paving, R-Mix, Highway, Irving Materials. All those bid it. Would like to accept all of those bids, mainly dependent on availability and where we're working at in the county. Only makes sense to try to go to the closest plant. So would like to accept all those. Let's see, patch mix, furnished, delivered, and placed HMA, if we need that. Milestone, E&B, bid those and would like to accept both of those bids. Then for the patch mix, Highway and E&B Paving, both bid those. Highway, which their price is included with delivery, is cheaper, so I'd like to accept that bid for patch mix. Item number 6, crushed stone, Urban Materials and US Ag. Would like to accept both of their bids. And then gravel and sand, only bid we got on that was, IMI. I'd like to accept that bid. For, item number 8, pipe and miscellaneous, we had E3 Bridge, Silicon, metal culverts. And some were cheaper in some areas than the others, and so I'd just like to accept all 3 of those bids, and we'll use those according to our needs and availability. Item number 9, which was calcium chloride, I had one bidder for that, Great Lakes Chloride. Like to accept that bid. Item number 10, large equipment, rental and labor. We had Hoosier Pride, Duncan Robertson, Indiana Earthworks, Fisher Excavating, and Pritchett's Backhoe Service. Hoosier Pride was the low bidder on that, so we'd like to accept Hoosier Pride as our contractor for that. And then we also had 3 bids that are carrying over from last year. I know Joel was working on those agreements for that. We had liquid asphalt, supplied by, Asphalt Materials, small equipment rental and labor, East Central Contractors, and then pre-engineered, prefabricated bridges, which was E&H Bridge and Grading.
You don't have any questions on it, Devin, do you?
Any questions with those?
Make a motion to accept the bids as read.
Second. Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
That's all I have. Thank you.
How are we on salt?
Right now, we're good.
No good? Mr. Rust?
I got a contract from USI Consultings. We've been doing this for about 5 years with them. It is for the section corner reestablishment. General project scope of work is the same. It's referencing section corners and corner section corners. So it's the same contract we've had for 5 years, but I didn't get it to Joel because they just got it to me. So if you want him to review it first, that would be okay with me. But this comes out of the section corner fund. It's already got the money in there for doing the work because we're required to do 5% every year.
Motion to approve pending Joel's approval.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Mr. Green, do you have anything? Sheriff's Office, nothing? Auditor's Office? Is there any other department heads here in the crowd that I don't see? Brian? All righty. I have bonds for Ed Manning and Jody French. Do I have a motion to accept or approve these bonds?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and second to approve these 2 bonds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Next up is the vote on the PUD.
I wanted to read an analysis that I completed. It's my belief that as an elected official, it's my responsibility to represent the people that elected me. And in an effort to do so, I have gathered the following data. I went through my emails searching for the words data center, PUD, and technology park, and I did an analysis on the individuals who have contacted me. My best faith effort showed that 84% of the people who have contacted me via email asked me to vote against this PUD. Specifically, 89% of the people from Knightstown who emailed me asked me to vote against this PUD. Interestingly, 67% of the people from Newcastle who contacted me via email asked me to vote against this PUD. I compared my results to a social media survey that was initiated recently within our county. Of the 1,171 votes on that survey, 83% were against this data center project, which almost matched my number exactly of my personal analysis of my own emails. I also received a petition with 2,280 signatures asking that this project be stopped, and I did not receive any such petition asking that this project move forward. I do not have the same analysis of phone calls taken, community conversations, and interactions at the developer's open house, but overwhelmingly, I have received much more opposition to this project than support for it. Also noteworthy is that I have not had a single individual from the CAB school system reach out to me and identify themselves as staff or a board member and ask me to support this project, even though the school system is being named as a primary beneficiary of this project. With that information in mind, I now make a motion to reject the recommendation of the Planning Commission regarding the Henry County Technology Park Planned Unit Development and deny the PUD application for the Henry County Technology Park Planned Unit Development. And I make my motion based on the following grounds. The PUD is not consistent with the comprehensive plan, which states that prime agricultural land should be preserved and that an appropriate use for this area would include estate housing and/or equestrian farms. Number two, the PUD does not have sufficient guardrails in place to protect the public health, safety, and general welfare of individuals near the project site. And finally, the PUD does not have sufficient guardrails in place to protect ecological resources.
Motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Hearing none, motion dies for lack of second. Do I have any other motions?
I would make a motion for my vote on the PUD ordinance number 2026-01-28-001 in parentheses, an ordinance for Henry County, Indiana concerning amendment to the Henry County Development Code adopted under ordinance 2004-1-1-28. My motion would be to pass the PUD.
Do I have a second? I will second that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Before the vote, if you could open up for discussion. After a first and a second, you're supposed to open up for discussion before voting. For comment, per Robert's rules.
Okay.
So per Robert's rules, after a motion and a second, you call for discussion. Okay.
Any discussion?
And I just wanted to leave with a comment that I think that this vote flies in the face of community voice. And I think it is a poor choice.
All I can say is the interaction I've had with the public in large, for every one person I've had say no, I've had at least two say that we should do this and shouldn't. You can say what you want, but that,
You are, Steve.
well,
Making stuff.
that's enough.
I'm telling it like it is, but.
Well, that's what you're hearing. I'm hearing something different.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So you're not the whole county, and I represent everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So
You don't represent us, buddy. Not at all. Nope. What a disappointment.
well,
Yeah. Joe, anything?
And you can call for the vote now.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 2-1. Nothing else before the Board of Commissioners. Motion to adjourn.
Can we create a plan for the individuals who would like to know when the vote is for the campground? So that we can communicate with them when we plan to vote on the campground rezoning
That'll probably be at our next meeting.
at the next meeting.
It's the
Okay.
next meeting. Matter of fact, them and Rumpke.
You don't need to sign anything.
Okay.
Thank you.
I looked through the stuff, I'm okay with everything's added on this. Sandhouse. Okay. So.